Peace and blessings, family. Today we would like to share with you excerpts from The Secrets of the Problem book. The Secrets of the Problem book was written with the niyat or the intention to share the life-giving teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with you in a mathematical way. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was taught by Prophet W.D. Fard, whom the Honorable Elijah Muhammad revealed to be the Supreme Allah, God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom all praises are due forever. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stood upon that principle of belief, and he shared with us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The Bible teaches us to get knowledge and to get wisdom, but with all of our gettings, to get understanding, because understanding is the principal thing. The Holy Quran teaches the same thing, just in a different way. The Holy Quran teaches us about alimi, or knowledge, hakimi, wisdom, and alifi, understanding. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Our ancestors taught us to know thyself. So even though we may be in different methods or different schools of thought in this modern day and time, we're all under the sun, moon, and star. I wouldn't care if you're with the Honorable Salis Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Brother Minister Levi Kareem, Jeremiah Shabazz, uh, so many brothers and sisters out there, even the nation of gods and earth. We're all family. Just because we're all family don't mean everybody going to sit around and sing Kumbaya. That don't mean you talk to all your cousins and you're close with this brother or this sister all the time. But you got to have love for the family, man. Even when you have disagreements, we're family. We're under that sun, moon, and stars. There's all kinds of fruit. There's all kinds of FOIs. There's all kinds of flowers. There's all kinds of Muslim sisters or MGTs, Muslim girls in training, and GCCs, the general civilization class. But we're family. One mind, one blood, in a universal order of things. So all the different types of flowers and fruits, they grow on the same planet. All of the brothers and sisters in the struggle, we're under the same sun, moon, and star. We're under the same oppressor. However, in that struggle, we need to understand that just because we're different don't mean that we have to be opposers of one another. Just because we're different doesn't mean that we need to get everybody to be alike. Everybody to be an apple or orange. Oranges don't grow in North Philadelphia. You're not going to see pineapples growing in Temple number 12. It's not that they're not fruit, it's just that they're tropical fruits. Other fruits are regional or temperate fruits. There's all kind of fruits, all kind of flowers. Some flowers are beautiful, sweet-smelling roses. Some are mud lilies that are beautiful. Some are lotus flowers. Some smell sour. Some are bitter. Some plants will bite you. Some will prick you. Some will poison you. There's all kind of fruit. Some fruit have that seed in a hard shell. It's hard to crack, like a peach. Some have multiple seeds, like an apple. Some had that seeds on their sleeves, or some had the seeds outside the fruit, like a strawberry. But it doesn't mean that they're not all fruit, that they can't form a cornucopia or a nation of Islam in the struggle for peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the trunk of the tree is stronger than any of its branches. So no matter what branch you may be holding on to, remember the trunk of the tree is stronger than any of its branches. The trunk of the tree. I mean, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Our foundation is rooted in the law and his messenger, in the struggle. Our blood, our tears, our sacrifices is all for Allah. We think with circular reasoning. The past, present, and future is now. We don't use linear thinking like Yaku's grafted devils. The struggle continues. So in this book, The Secret of the Problem book, we share with you the messenger's message to help guide you through this age of mess. We don't come proud. We don't come boastful. I don't have no followers. Don't look at me as a leader. I ain't into all that. To me, all that's spooky. I mean, my thing is, as a student follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, I prescribe to the messenger's message. I support and love anybody in the struggle for consciousness, regardless of place or time, or whatever package you may be wrapped up in. If you're sincerely about peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality, we can move. We can operate. That don't mean that I'm going to come grow on your tree. I'm going to grow on the tree that is compatible with my particular type of nature. Some of us need a lot of sunshine, a lot of sunny days. Some of us could grow in dark and gloomy days. Some of us could grow above ground. Some of us have to grow underground. You don't expect potatoes to grow above ground like they're oranges. You don't expect a sweet grape to taste like a sour grape. They're different types of grapes. They just the same family, just different natures. So we have to link up with those that's alike, or those that we are trying to grow with. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in 1972 that we would be gods over our own homes in this day and time. He said after he is gone, nah, we won't be having no going to no local mosques and all that stuff. Like he's like, no. He said no, 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 no. 1972, Elijah meets the press. So in this particular book, I give you the quotes from the messenger himself. Tell you where he said it. Usually when he said it. If I got the actual date, I give you the date. So inside the Secrets of the Problem book, we get you to see yourself. It's not a book that takes a rocket scientist. You don't have to have a college degree. You don't have to be good in math and science. We don't use what they call 50-cent words. We keep it simple. We make it plain. We give you the answers. We give you the formulas. We show you the scriptures. We give you the quotations. We make it easy for you. That's the good part of doing the research. We did the research for you. I've been teaching the teachers at Elijah Muhammad for over 30 years now. So we have a little information, but we're humble enough to realize that if we compare that which we know to that which we do not know, we don't know nothing. So you take and piece it apart, and anything of good, you say all praise is due to Allah for his messenger. Any errors or mistakes or typos, whatever you may find, they're entirely my own. Let us continue. The messenger once said, how much land do we need under wheat cultivation to give our people their daily bread? This is how you must think. That's why I love the message. See, the messenger taught us, according to the message to the black man, he said, we must answer our own prayers. A prayer is a person, place, or thing. It's a noun. A person must be in a certain place doing something in order for a prayer to be answered. God helps those who help themselves. So we have to understand there's nothing spooky in the Nation of Islam. Ain't nothing. It's like, nah. Everything is real. The Holy Quran teaches us, Allahu Anna al-Haq, the God is nothing but reality. The last surah of the Holy Quran teaches us God the people, not God of. Ain't no Arabic ayn in there. It just says God the people. But we're not going to get into all that right now. But we go in. We have fun with this. The teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad is easy when you apply them in that mathematical formula as taught by Allah and his messenger. He said in Hadith to live, leave my teachings as it is. But he also told us wisdom is independent of anyone. This is why we see more and more. We go more into the depths of things. The messenger in the 1930s didn't have the same mentality of the messenger in 1974. In 1974, he seen more. He should have. That's natural. He told us, he said, naturally we can improve on the thing once we have a make or model for it. That's the universal order of things. When we study ancient Kemet, look at the pyramids, they had a bent pyramid. They had little pyramids. They had ancient pyramids in Nubia and the Sudan, and ancient Kush in Ethiopia. But they built up to that great pyramid of Giza. That's the progression of life. So don't be ashamed to improve on grandpa's car. If he had a Model T car back in the 1920s, that don't mean you can't have a Rolls Royce Phantom in 2021. That don't mean that you have to still use an old black and white tube TV in 2021. You're supposed to have a color TV. You're supposed to have an improvement on the old make or the old model. You're supposed to be eating to live on a higher plane. The message told us that, yeah, the vegetarian or what we call in this day and time the vegan, that's the proper way. That's the natural. That's the best way of eating. To be a vegetarian. That don't mean you throw stones at somebody because they eat meat, or somebody that eat red meat throwing stones at somebody that just eat chicken and fish. Because all this stuff is poisonous in some shape, form, or fashion. The Holy Quran says corruption has appeared on the land and the sea on account of what mankind's hands have wrought. If you Muslim or you're a Jew and you don't eat swine, you don't get spooky with it. Do you realize how many ships of pigs went into the ocean and the water cycle and the water system is one, the ecosystem? So all that pork that's inside the ocean, that's in the water, that comes down as rain, hail, snow, and sleet, that goes into the ground and grow your fruits and vegetables, all the cars and airplanes and the pollutions that's falling on the vegan meals, the stripping of the soil, you can't find B12 in fruit. Ain't no B12 in your vegetables. Mother Nature has been made other than herself, as the Holy Quran says. Corruption has appeared on the land and the sea on account of what mankind's hands have wrought. So we move according to our niyat. Our lessons teaches us actions are judged by intentions. Actions may appear wrong, but motives bring rewards. And no matter whether it's good or evil, all things serve the will of Allah. The law of polarity is one. Hot and cold water is just water that's vibrating slower and turning to ice, or higher or faster and turning to steam or plasma. But it's all water. H2O. Hydrogen and oxygen bonds. For the mathematicians as well as the layperson, you'll get something in this book that be of interest for you. We wanted to intentionally make sure it was easy for. We didn't want it. We don't want it where you have to have a college degree or you gotta be a mathematician to understand the teachings in Elijah Muhammad. The messenger's thing was make it plain, keep it simple. So in this particular book, we had the 2021 links to math problem apps that will help you look up the answers to the Nation of Islam problem book. So you'll be able to just have fun with it. You'll be able to take your phone and get all the answers. Be able to take your laptop or your PC, your personal computer, or go to the public library and use that computer, and you'll be able to get all the answers for free. So we help you with the math part of it also. But more importantly, in the book, we give you the Elijah Muhammad's spiritual answers regarding the theology, elaboration of those scriptures of the Bible and the Quran and the problem book. We also give you some historical references. We help you understand what it meant in the early part of the Nation of Islam history and what it means in this day and time regarding the lessons of the Nation of Islam. We also share with you the biblical references to the 12 minor scientists and the 12 major scientists, or the 24 scientists of Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that we have 24 scientists of Islam, and Master Fard Muhammad teaches us about his fathers as well as some of the scientists inside the problem book. So we cover those scientists, we cover the meaning of their names and how they operate, how they pass the information down from sun to sun, how they meet up in the secret vaults of Mecca. We have fun with it, but we take you through the scriptures not in a spooky sense, not in the organized religious sense, but in a spiritual science sense. Because in 1972, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad explained to us that he just wanted to teach us the science. And our lessons teaches us in Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2 that our duty is to study the sciences of life. That's our job, to teach the sciences of life to the uncivilized, the 85%. We also show you the Quranic references to the 12 minor and 12 major scientists of Islam, or the 24 scientists. 12 represents foundation. The root of the 144,000 is 12. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that 12 represents the foundation. There's 12 letters in Philadelphia. There's 12 letters in Pennsylvania. That's the cradle of America's democracy, where their presidents rose, their flag, their constitution. This is how the devil set up his system. And it's a science to the hereafter. After what? After destruction of the devil's world. So our 24 scientists are real. Our 24 scientists are gods on earth, not in a dolorous type of way, on a spooky way, but in a natural, scientific, historical way. We always believed in ourselves. We always knew thyself. We always knew that the real temple or the church or the masjid or the mosque was nothing more than the human body or the human beings, the human family. Organized religions, or we should say disorganized religions, spooked everything all up. That always happened after a servant of God, whether they're called a prophet or a messenger or apostle, passes from the scene. That's normal. That's human nature. We also share with you the sacred 12 of ancient Kemet or Black Egypt. There's a lot of misinterpretations and misrepresentation regarding our ancestors. A lot of people look at ancient Africa in a spooky way, in a way where they think that you have to be an enemy of Africa in order to love yourself. And it's like, how silly can we get? There's no conflict or contradiction between spirituality and Africa. That's the cradle of civilization. It's just that when the Europeans blew up the canal and they blew up different parts of the land and relabeled stuff, it made us think that we was divided against ourselves. But at one time you could stand in Africa and Asia Minor with 1 foot on Asia and 1 foot on Africa. We consider Madagascar to be part of Africa, even though it's all the way over there, but we look at Asia like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with Africa. So we go into the sciences of life in different places, but you will learn more about this in future editions, inshallah Sakin, if it be the will of God in person. Spooky interpretations, translations, and transliterations transform spiritual sciences into organized and disorganized religions. Al-Khaliq, the creator, the man's mind or the black man's mind, has no religion or religare. Or we don't go back to bondage. We don't tie stuff back down. Nothing in the circle of our universe, which covers 238 quintillion, 640 quadrillion miles, is actually born, nor does it die. Everything just transforms. The Holy Quran teaches us that Allah raises up in stages and degrees. The Messenger teaches us in 1972, the theology of time, that we build with the fraction until we build with the whole. The Holy Quran teaches us it only appears as such. So in your so-called date of birth, you was already alive in your mother's womb. So before you was born, when you was in her womb, just 5 months old, you was already alive, kicking in there, eating in there, hearing in there, seeing in there. And before that, you was alive in your father's testicles. And before that, you was alive in the very water, in the very oceans, in the very atmospheric conditions, in the very atoms of life. You have no beginning nor ending. So our lessons teaches us that the said nation Islam has no birth record. It has no beginning nor ending. It's older than the sun, moon, and stars. This is what Jesus is trying to teach you, that before Abraham was, he was. Understand the science. We also share with you excerpts from the elaboration of Allah's lessons as they relate to the problem book. We don't cover all of the lessons inside this particular tome, A Secrets of the Problem Book, or the elaboration of the problem book, but what we do is we do share with you the problem book lessons and give you the formulas, show you how those formulas operate. So when it comes to the Nile River and Pluto, and we have some fun with it, because not only do we give you the answers to certain things, we give you how we get to that answer, to give you the formula so that you can do it on your own. You can do it in other aspects of your life. If you would like to learn more, you could order the whole book by Cash App. It's only $20 to the Null Institute. It's our nonprofit. It's our system. We're in the capitalist system. It takes money to make money. But what it does is it helps us to be able to take and bring more helpful information to you. We want to try to get videos to y'all like every single day. We want to get the technology up to date. We're going to need staff to do that. We're going to need resources to make it happen. We answer our own prayers. So support black businesses and help us to help us to help our people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To stay in tune, stay in touch. Peace and blessings, family. Thank you for your time and this opportunity to share some of the messenger's message. And remember, the messenger's message will guide you through this age of mess.